It's an Infinity Game Changer.
Hi, and welcome to this Infinity Game Changer, our podcast from Infinity Business Coaching. Today, I'm on the sofa with Ben, and I think you've got a few questions for me about business plans. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, so networking last Thursday, a lot of people are saying, right, it's coming to end of year, I need a business plan. And there was a little bit of a, well, I'll let you explain. There was a little bit of, well, first.
Yeah, so I was in that. Is that the event that I was at? Yeah. So what happened there, and it's this time of year, everything got a business plan for next year, and they turned up with their numbers. Is that, that's the one I know the one you're referring to. And the trouble with it, what happened there was people turn up and just out of the blue decide, it's time for the business plan for next year. So they've got the numbers for this year, which is a place where most people think to start from. But as I said in that meeting last week, that we need to go back a few steps. Because if we just turn up and start a business plan, working on these numbers without anything else, it's a bit like, and the best I can give you an example is, we found a great field and we want to build a house. Mm-hmm. So I've ordered 55 pallets of bricks and they've turned up. So I'm going to start laying the bricks now to build the walls, and I'm going to put the roof on, and my house is going to be built, which is where most people run at it from. But when the house starts to sink into the ground and they go, what's gone wrong? I've built it all properly. You have, but you've not put any foundations in place. So the house looks great, but it's built on soft sand and it's going to sink. And when people come at us with, I've got my numbers, let's do the business plan, you've not done the legwork first that makes the planning easy. So for us, if I talk about these individual subjects, I know you've done most of these with our clients. So the first place I start when someone wants a business plan, I start with the wheel of life. I'm not looking at your business right now. I want to look at the wheel of life about where you are and what those 8 to 10 subjects around that wheel of life are saying. Okay.
Yeah, that's where you rank yourself.
Yeah. So this, and they'll have come to us talk about business planning, and we need to just wind them back a bit. Because if we don't know where they sit on the wheel of life, we can't help them. And the other thing is, before we do any business planning, we need to look at the terms document. The terms document is time, energy, resource, money and sanity, or money and stress, whichever way you want to use the last S. If you don't have your terms right, and you know the terms is effectively, we're all self-employed people, or if we all run our own businesses. And if you don't have a contract of engagement between yourself and that business, like if you work for somebody, your employment contract, if you don't have that in place, then we can't help, because I don't know, most people say I'll do anything that's needed. And in reality, they won't.
I like that phrase.
They won't.
I like it, yeah.
I'll do anything that's needed. No, you won't. Because to pull that business plan off, you need to work 150 hours next week. And every week for a year. Whereas if we'd have done the terms document, we'd be able to see where they sit. So I think what might be an idea on this podcast is if we whiz through the things quickly that we need to do a business plan. But then if you and I are all right, we'll film a podcast on each of the subjects.
Good idea.
And then we can really help people rather than whizzing through it. So before the business plan is done, we start with the wheel of life. Mm-hmm. First place we start, and you've done lots of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we need to do a terms document with anyone that's going to be involved in that business who is of senior management, a controlling mind in that business. Well, that person then will need a terms document. Okay. And then we need to look at your future KPIs. Where do you want the business to be?
Of course, yeah.
Now, most people do a business plan for 12 months. No. You need a business plan to start with for 5 years, because no one's building a business in 12 months. There are a few that manage it, but most businesses take more than a year to actually get where they really want to be. So let's do a 5-year KPI and then work that backwards to 3 years, to 12 months, to 9 months, to 6 months, to 3 months. So we need to know what the future KPIs are before we put pen to paper to write a business plan for this year. Now, once we know what your future KPIs are, we can pull it back from 5 years in manageable steps, and then we'll go to this 12 months from now. Well, we know that's where you want to be. We need to know where you are now.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because if we use your business plan as a map, let's say you're trying to get from here to Paris, and you say, well, I know Paris is the future destination. That's my future KPI. Where are you starting from? Because if you're starting from Kent on the south coast, well, that's a lot shorter journey than if you're starting from Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And again, people come to us and expect us to know their starting point. But we don't. You've run your business, not me. Mm-hmm. So I need your future KPI. I need your where are on them KPIs that you give me the numbers where you are now on the same subject matter, on the same 8 to 10 KPIs. What are you doing now? Because when I get that, then I can get the gap. And once I know how to, well, you've done 100 of find your gap documents, because that makes it really easy. But without the starting point, I've only got half the maths. And all of this happens before any business planning happens, because I haven't got a full set of stats.
Yep.
And then, of course, you need what we've nicknamed, and we love to call it the VTO. Yeah. But for the camera, that's the Vision Traction Organiser. Because then the Vision Traction Organiser is taking the vision of where we are now. Let's visualise the steps that we need to take on each of the KPIs to get from there to there. And if each VTO needs, 15 steps to go from there to here, that's 15 steps over this year to get us there. And we've got 10 KPIs to measure the business on. We've now got 150 steps in that business that need to be monitored. Yep. So we need to make sure the VTO is right, because each one of those steps really in business links into another. So then we need to get them 150 steps onto some sort of planner, because if I say to you there's 150 steps to get where you need to be, you're not going to remember every one of them. So let's get them documented. So now we've got your 8 to 10 KPIs, we've got the steps for each one, and we've got a planner for them all. When you've done all of that work, then we can look at your business plan. Now your business plan, well, that's great. That says what your business is going to do. I mean, and you've done plenty of business plans. But to move you from here to here, you've got your business plan. Usually it means at some point getting more customers. Yeah. Doesn't it? Yeah. So your business plan's fine, but it's not going to miraculously happen unless you've also built a marketing plan.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Otherwise, what's going to plug the gap? And people don't think about this. They write the business plan, haven't worked out a marketing plan to make it happen, think by writing the business plan, somehow it will work. I've written the business plan, everything's going to be fine. I'll do the same thing tomorrow as I did yesterday and expect my business to be in a different place. Well, that's crazy. So you need to then, when you've got the VTO and all your KPIs and all your steps in place, and you've got your business plan, we then need to write a marketing plan to generate the income or the sales to make that happen. And with any marketing plan, you know, one of the first things that people do when they sit with us, I want to run Facebook ads. Yeah. What? I want to do pay-per-click. No, we've come at it backwards. Remember, the 3 M's of any marketing plan is market, message, and third, it's media.
And usually it's because the mate who's got another business did it. Didn't know if he did well.
It didn't do well.
But I've run Facebook ads. Or they've seen someone online saying you can make £1 million with Facebook ads.
Yeah, but so they come at it. So the 3 M's of any marketing plan are always market, message, media. But they come at it on the last stop. They start with the media. And quite often, as we found out, and we deal with people, I want to run Facebook ads. And when we dig into it, work out what they're trying to achieve. I had one only last week. Walked in wanting to run Facebook ads. And when we looked at it, Facebook was the wrong place. Their audience isn't on it. We found out their audience is on LinkedIn. Yeah. So LinkedIn is where you need to be, not on Facebook or pay-per-click. So you need to do that properly. And to get any marketing plan, well, you know where we start is who are we aiming it at, so we need to build our avatars. Yeah. And when you've got your avatars and you've got your 3 M's of a marketing plan worked out, well, then we can go off and we can build the marketing pillars. That's how it needs to work. And when we've got a marketing pillar, well, we need to know our spend calculator. Yeah. What's a client worth? Because if we said to get the business from here to here, I can say with absolute certainty, I can get any business from where it wants to be, from where it is now, to where it wants to be, within the time scale of when they want it to happen. If I am given an unlimited marketing spend.
Yeah.
I can get anything from there to there. Because if you want me to get your business to be another £100,000 a month turnover, well, that's fine. That's a £10 million marketing spend. Let's go and do it. I'll do it easy. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you haven't got the 10 million. So we need to then work out your marketing spend calculator and what's the cost per customer worth to you. Therefore, we can work out your spend, and then we know you find your gap and it all comes together. But you have to do it in these steps, and you don't start with the actual business plan. And obviously, when you're spending money, the last thing we need to make sure that we
track it. What's working? Where's the ROI? Are you getting it in?
And they don't do that.
No.
They write the business plan, think it miraculously works, don't track anything, and revisit the business plan in about 9 months' time to see if it's pulled off. And then they realise they're off target, and there's a crazy last quarter of any financial year trying to get it back on target. We track it sometimes daily, but definitely weekly.
Yeah, we worked on our key this morning.
Yeah. So we're tracking, are we on business? For this week, are we on target? Now, in that meeting that you refer to, when I left, we're going to have those businesses going into January absolutely ready. And they've all agreed we're not doing a yearly business plan. We're going to follow these steps, and we're going to break the plan into 52 chunks. And I've just got to do that bit that week. And it comes really easy and manageable. We're not trying to eat the apple in one go. A little tiny bite. We can look at it on a Sunday. Have I done those things this week? Yes, then I am on target for my business plan. It becomes really easy and really achievable. But you need to do the legwork first, the thinking first, before you do anything else.
Thinking, yeah.
So I hope that's touched on it. I think what we need to do, I think we need to wrap this one up, because we've whizzed through it and wind backwards and forwards and pull the little bits out of this podcast if you're thinking about doing a business plan. But then, are you okay? Shall we just film a podcast on Wheel of Life, one on our terms document, one on our future KPIs and current KPIs, and then let's do, I think we've done a VTO one already, but we'll do another. And then we can look at a marketing plan and the 3 M's of marketing. We can do avatars and pillars, and we can, the big one, let's not run out of money, do a marketing spend calculator, and then let's do one on tracking. So we've got probably 10 podcasts that link with this, that if you watch them all together, should get a business plan written properly. Happy with that?
Yeah.
I'll leave it with you.
So as always, if you heard anything you like or know more about, all our details will be scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
It's an Infinity game changer.